everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing this smoky eye with a little bit of lavender, pretty much your classic smoky eye, but I threw in some lavenders and cranberries because I'm really into those colors these days. Honestly, you can swap out that crease color or the transition color for a more caramel or brown color so it can be more neutral, but honestly I feel like this is pretty neutral and it's pretty cute to put on when you're not wearing a blast of colors. And to be honest, smoky eye is my safe zone. I haven't done it in a while, or I don't really post a lot about it when I do it. In high school, when I wasn't barefaced and embarrassing, I did the smoky eye. Smoky eye is my safe place. It really is. It's honestly really easy. Of course, there's some smoky eyes that get a little crazy, but this one, I only use 3 shades, and like I said, you can swap them out for anything. And yeah, if you want to learn how I did this look, then be my guest and keep watching. Alright, so I'm going to start off. These are both from Becca. It's a Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal and the Backlight Priming Filter. I literally love using this to prep my face because it leaves it so radiant. Next up is my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. I use neutral medium. I literally use this every day. Holy grail, holy grail. For my foundation, which is also one of my favorites, is the NARS Sheer Glow. I am in shade Stromboli. I love this foundation so much. This is probably like my 4th bottle of it already. To blend that out, first I like using my Morphe foundation brush, which is an M439, because it really spreads it out. And then for my concealer, it is a Tarte Shape Tape. I am in shade Light Medium Honey, and I'm just going to put that right underneath my eyes, my forehead, and my nose, and I'm going to blend that out. I'm also using it to prep my eyelids. I really like using this as a primer because it doesn't crease and it lightens it up so it makes the colors pop. Alright, so for my setting powder, I'm using RCMA No Color Powder. And this is my first trick to make sure your makeup stays, is instead of baking, I like patting this dry to my skin. Second trick is putting that right underneath my eyes, so if any fallout from the it's so messy, that's the only downside. Anyways, so I put that so if there's any fallout, it catches it and I can just brush it off later. To start off with my shadow, I am using I'm using the Modern Renaissance palette. First, that was Buon Fresco with my R37 blending brush from Morphe. And I'm just putting that on my crease, blending it out. And I'm just using that shade, I forgot what it's called, it's just a bone color just to smoke it out, and it's not harsh purple. Next shade is my Red Ochre with my M433 brush, and I'm putting that right underneath that crease shade. Because again, I'm putting a darker color right on my lid, so it just wants to be a seamless blend. So I'm just using that so the color shows just a little bit more. And I don't know if I said I'm using my M433 blush to blend that. Ooh, I can't talk. Anyways, moving on. This next shade is Classic Carbon from MAC, and I am using my, I believe, MAC 239 brush. And I'm just packing that on, and as I'm doing this, I'm also using another kind of brush. Who am I? I'm using another blending brush just to blend that out. There's no extra product on it. Again, I'm just using it to blend it out. And I'm just slowly adding more and more. Same brushes, just repeating the process till I get where I want it to be. And see, I'm just brushing away all that excess so I don't smear any colors on my cheeks. That's literally so annoying. Alright, here's another trick. If you bake, even if you're doing, not what I did and you just bake, if you bake and then you see any white powder that isn't brushing off, if you use a wet beauty blender, it helps kind of dilute that color and really press it into your skin. And I'm doing that because it makes my makeup prolong without creasing. And then as you saw, I just use a black liner for my water lines, and I'm going back in with my blending brushes and just diffusing out that water line, or right underneath my eye. I'm just smoking it out. This brush is my Sephora brush. There's not a number, it's just a smudge brush from Sephora, and I went in with that carbon, and I'm just going back and forth putting more and more black, obviously little by little, so I get it where I want it to be. Alright, my favorite for contouring, this is a Bahama Mama from the Balm Cosmetics. It leaves my skin looking so nice. Blush, probably my 5th one. This is Sincere from MAC. My favorite, so neutral. I'm going to put that on the apples of my cheeks. Just using that shade to highlight my inner corner because I'm going to start highlighting. For my first highlight, I'm using Laura Geller Ballerina. Ooh, I skipped a step. Alright, so this spray, it's my setting spray that I got from Thailand, but I'm sure you can order it. I love it so much. It's called Fresh Drops Pure Mineral Spray. Oh my goodness. And then, like I said, Laura Geller Ballerina, and then I wanted it to pop more, so I'm topping that off with my Mary Luminizer from the Balm. I feel like this lighting really washed out the highlighter, and it just looks, I mean, you can kind of see it. But I love this highlighter. And I like putting it underneath my eyebrow just to highlight that. This is so embarrassing. Favorite liner, it's Stripped Down from MAC. And then over top, ABH Pure Hollywood. My favorite combo. Alright, that completes this look. My hair is everywhere. I tried curling it today. But anyways, that completed this look. I really hope you liked it. I made a farty noise with my hand, if you heard that. Anyways, I really hope you liked the look. And if you liked me, I would really appreciate if you click the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.